Will the meeting please come to order? This evening, President Congo will be presiding virtually. And President Congo, are you ready to take the floor? I believe he's there. Okay. There you are. Okay, all right. And just to announce for public comments, there is a Google Form sign-up link in the chat for City of Wilmington residents who reside in the councilmanic districts or taxpayers who would like to speak. Public comments will take place after non-legislative business. We will be now having the opening prayer by Akira Granado.
Heavenly Father, we have assembled to handle the affairs of our city. As we do so, we ask for your guidance and understanding. We pray that our city reaches a place of peace and safety. Keep us out of harm's way and bless those who are in authority. Let respect be key in all our endeavors. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. At this time, the Pledge of Allegiance will be recited.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
which it stands, one
indivisible, with
liberty and justice
for all.
The Deputy Clerk will now call the roll.
Councilman White,
here.
Councilwoman Darby, Councilwoman Darby, Councilwoman Oliver,
Present.
Councilwoman Harley,
Present.
Councilwoman Fields, Councilwoman McCoy,
Here.
Councilman Johnson,
Here.
Councilman Field,
Present.
Councilwoman Cabrera, Councilman Mills,
Present.
Councilman Spadola,
Present.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Present.
President Congo.
President Congo? Is your audio working? We can't hear you.
Office. He is online.
Okay.
He's having audio issues.
Okay. All right. Well, President Congo, we have marked down. Thank you very much. Now we'll do a reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Hold on, Councilman Johnson. 10 present, 3 absent.
Okay. At this time, we'll do the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
I haven't read them yet. November 16th, 2023, City Council met in regular session with remote participation on the above date at 6:30 p.m. President Ernest M. Congo II presiding. The opening prayer was done by Akira Granado, Deputy City Clerk. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited by City Council. The following members...
Move the minutes be accepted as written.
Second.
All right. It's been properly moved and seconded. The minutes be accepted as written. On the question? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. At this time, we'll now move the committee reports.
November 9th, 2023. President and members of City Council of the City of Wilmington. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Community Development and Urban Planning Committee, met by anchor location and remote participation to who was referred ordinance number 23-042 entitled An Ordinance to Approve the Liberty Street Properties Major Subdivision Plan and authorize the city to remove Liberty Street, Nancy Street, and 2 unnamed alleys from the official city map and accept the dedication of new segments of Liberty Street, Lower Linden Street, and Lower Elm Street as public rights-of-way and add them to the official city map. Have given this ordinance careful study and recommend council vote on it accordingly. Respectfully submitted, Councilmember Cabrera, Councilman Field, Councilwoman Darby, Councilwoman Fields, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Spadola, Councilman White, President Congo. Respectfully submitted, members of Community Development and Urban Planning Committee.
I move the committee report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
I have
Second.
another one.
Second.
Okay.
November 9th, 2023, members of council, City of Wilmington. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Community Development and Urban Planning Committee, met by anchor location and remote participation, to who was referred ordinance number 23-038, entitled An Ordinance to Approve the Riverside Phase 3 Major Subdivision Plan and to authorize the city to accept the dedication of new segments of East 25th Street, East 26th Street, Edgemore Avenue, and Rosemont Avenue as public rights-of-way and add them to the official city map. Have given this ordinance careful study and recommend council vote on it accordingly. Respectfully submitted, members of Community Development and Urban Planning Committee. Members present: Councilwoman Cabrera, Councilman Fields, Councilwoman Darby, Councilwoman Fields, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilman Johnson, Councilman White, and President Congo.
Is
I
there a
move
motion?
the committee report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded that the committee report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. City Treasurer's report.
December 7th, 2023. Total investments, $507,487,963.38. Total cash on hand, $14,211,078.64. Grand total, $521,699,042.02. Submitted, Dwayne Sims, City Treasurer.
Is there a motion?
I move that the treasury report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
All right. It's been properly moved and seconded that the report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. I will accept the motion to move to non-legislative business.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to accept all non-legislative business. On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carried. All right. As a friendly reminder, we will now be going to the public comment portion of our meeting. Again, if you're here in person in chambers with us, please be sure to watch your step as you come up to the podium. Also, if you're part of a group, please consider using one or more speakers from the group who have up to 2 minutes to convey your collective message. Thank you. And at this time, looking at the agenda, there are no in-person presentations this evening. So the items we do have are the recognition resolutions. Councilwoman Cabrera, we have a resolution recognizing Representative Ruth King Briggs King. And then from Councilwoman Fields, we have a recognition for the 44th Annual Fraylene Trotter Senior Citizen Luncheon. And a sympathy resolution from President Congo for Shirley Oakley. All right, this time we'll now move to public comment. Again, this is a friendly reminder for public comments. There's the Google sign-up form in the chat for City of Wilmington residents who reside in the councilmanic districts or taxpayers who would like to speak. The time limit is 3 minutes. Please keep your comments of general matters pertaining to Wilmington's councilmanic districts or city council business. And please address the president directly, or in this place, the finance chair. Also, please watch your step as you come up to the podium. And I believe we have the first in-person sign up is Deacon Earl Tate. Good evening.
Greetings. My name is Deacon Earl E. Tate II, and I'm here to talk to you today about getting out here, getting registered to vote. All of you who is out there that have not registered to vote, it's time for you to get off your rear end and get out there and get registered to vote. Because if you don't, you're gonna get a person in office like Trump, and Trump is gonna get in there with his dictatorship and gonna try to tear up everything. So it's time for us to get out here and vote and know who you're voting for, because the people need their proper people in office that is going to back them up and not their self. So we need them out there to vote, and also we need in these streets out here, in the streets in the city, we need some speed bumps or something to slow down the traffic, because they get behind the wheel and they drive like a madman. We don't need no more of that. We don't need no more deaths on the streets like that, because we got to look out for our little ones as well as ourselves, because the kids are our future, and our future is now, and we got to do it now. Now is the time that we got to do it. And also you got to remember that if you don't do it, you're only hurting yourself as well as them. They look up to us, so let us give them something to look up for us. And like I said in my poem, think. He who thinketh negatively had defeated himself even before he begun. But he who thinketh positively with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding can claim the victory by faith, and is off setting forth new goals and climbing higher heights that life holds no limit to it. So remember, you got to think positive and be positive all the way. And I want to say, have a nice, happy holiday.
Thank you very much, Deacon Earl Tate. The next speaker is Mr. Alan Lawrence. Good evening.
Good evening, President or Interim President Chris Johnson, council members, and residents of Wilmington. My name is Alan Lawrence, and I'm a resident of the 1st District. This evening, I'd like to give a shout out to President Congo for his reply to Mayor Przicki's letter vilifying City Council and the residents of Wilmington. And also, I'd like to give kudos to Councilwoman Shanane Darby for sponsoring the legislation concerning the residency requirement for city government jobs. And also kudos to Councilwoman Darby for sponsoring the ordinance calling for a ceasefire in the Hamas-Israeli war in Gaza. And to City Council, kudos for approving the residency requirement ordinance. You know, the mayor referred to City Council meetings as mob controlled. As far as I could tell, no one in council meetings were ransacking council chambers, and no one was attacking council members. Now, disagreeing is one thing, attacking and intimidating is something else entirely, and I didn't see that happening. Now, because the mayor referred to city residents as a mob, is that why pardon me.
Take your time.
Is that why on a nice spring or summer day, he has rarely, if ever, walked a few blocks from his office down to the east side or a few blocks west to the west side of town and chatted with for a few minutes for residents of those neighborhoods? And I'm just saying, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. Okay, next we have Mr. Dion Wilson. Watch your step. And I do have Councilwoman Darby marked as present. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dion Wilson. First off, I'd like to thank President Trippy Congo and the members of the City Council that vote in favor of the residency bill. And after that, I have to say this. There's a mayor that has been elected for 7 years now. Councilman Congo has been a representative, elected official for 17 years. How the hell does he get off saying something about that man? In his 17 years, Trippy Congo has never been brought up on nothing. This mayor in 7 years has put this city through, we all know he's put us through. We're rated number 16th as one of the worst cities in the United States of America. And this mayor, who reneged on the firemen, he's reneged on everybody because of gentrification. He doesn't care about color. Gentrification just cares about anything in its way. And there's council members in here tonight that didn't have the nerve to be here the other day. Shame on you. And what I have to say this also, following this mayor, they want a guy named John Carney to become mayor. John Carney has been an elected official for 30 years. Can't anyone in this room show me one piece of legislation that John Carney has authored on his own to help the city of Wilmington residents? We have a candidate, Velda Potter, who's renowned, distinguished ex-treasurer. She will make a good mayor. Because this mayor we got here now, you wanna know why he doesn't come down to our community? Because he sees us as a mob. He sees us as criminals. And we're the people that pay his salary. All that tax money that he's juggling and playing with, giving to contractors and developers, that's our money. He works for us, just like everybody in this room works for us. And you need to realize it. You truly do. You don't work for the mayor because he appointed you. You were appointed to help the people in this city get better and do better. And everybody in this room knows how bad this city needs help. So why don't the people in this room now that are here, that wasn't here the other day, pledge their allegiance to the city and not to the mayor? It's bad enough, as Tate said, we have a Donald Trump, but we got a Donald Trump right here in Wilmington, Mayor Mike Persicki. And don't let that guy Carney file him, please. He's the same beast, the same kind. Trippy Congo, 17 years, elected official. This mayor 7, and he's attacking him. How dare he? How dare he? I'm a taxpayer for over 50 years in this city. All right? Been paying property taxes over damn near 60 years. All right? And I don't get enough of my tax money, but being called a mob, angry, you don't know how angry I am. There are people up here, old, young, all ages, all races. Yeah, we're the taxpayers. We're not a mob. We pay everybody in this room that's working salary, and the mayors too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. Now next up we have Mr. Jerome Heisler.
Sir, I thought it was putting on the agenda for the ordinance item, and I didn't realize it was for public comment.
Well, it's any comment regarding ordinances, the way we do it. If you're speaking about an ordinance.
Questions, if anyone had any questions.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Next we have Pastor Derek Johnson.
Mr. President, members of council, friends and citizens, I've come tonight to make a request of council members. Obviously appalled at the article that was written by our mayor regarding the city council proceedings, which I was privileged to take a part in regarding residency. I'm very proud of all of our city council members, no matter what side of the issue they were on and how the meeting was conducted. I'm very proud of the citizens of Wilmington who came out in an exercise of democracy and expressed themselves, and yes, some passionately, but none deserving to be called a mob. The letter the mayor wrote in the News Journal requires, I believe, a condemnation of some sort, a request of some sort officially by our elected officials for a public retraction and an apology, both to the members of this council and its president and the citizens of Wilmington for these reasons. The term mob in our current political climate is being used as a dog whistle term that generally describes an unlawful, unruly, and violent group of people, generally African American in this current political climate, who are out to do wrong and seeking to break the law and dismantle democracy. This is the dog whistle meaning of the term mob that Mr. Pasicki is well accustomed with. He used this term in describing those who took the microphone, citizens, one and all, in an exercise of their democratic right and city council's policies to dissent. He used the term intimidation to describe city council members' efforts to change their vote or decisions to change their vote here on that night. He described them as having been intimidated. Intimidation is a legal term. It suggests that somebody is unlawfully being pressured or scared or bullied into doing something against their will. To describe our city council persons who were on one side of the issue, and after sitting and listening and considering, and whatever their process was, deciding to change their vote, to describe them as having been intimidated or having done it as a result of intimidation is to undermine their integrity and to suggest to the citizens of Wilmington that the process of democracy here at the Wilmington City Council is unlawful and undemocratic, when what took place in these chambers was anything but. I believe the mayor undermined democracy and the process of democracy in the city of Wilmington. This exact tactic or this exact process is being used right now by Mr. Trump. The exact same thing, criticizing our Democratic and Republican Senate, saying that they are, in fact, criminal, saying that they are intimidating in an attempt, I believe, to undermine the judicial process that he now faces. I believe that our mayor has done the same thing, knowingly or unknowingly, wittingly or unwittingly. He has, in fact, said to the United States of America that in a democratic city with a democratically elected mayor and a democratically elected city council, that the process of democracy is being influenced by a mob and through the process of intimidation, and that is, in fact, a blatant lie and untruth. I believe that our other elected officials, in conclusion, our state delegation, our civic agencies, and every Democrat of goodwill should call on the mayor to do this, not because of where they stand on one side or the other of the residency issue, but because no elected official or no civic leader should question or undermine the democratic process and our democratically elected officials here in the city of Wilmington in the performance of their duty and the acquisition of their rights. I call upon the mayor, and I pray that you somehow will join us, we the community, and calling upon him to rectify his wrong, recognize his mistake, and issue immediately a retraction of his description of the citizens of Wilmington and an apology to this city council body and its president. Thank you for listening. I pray you will think.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Next in the room, we have a Miss Martha Dorse. Martha Dorse. Okay. Thank you. Very well. We have a Pastor Larry Mathis. Okay, watch your step, Mr. Mathis.
Good evening to all of the chair people and to everything and to everyone whose honors due. Just wanted to kind of talk about, because I was at the last meeting, and just to let the people know that you're not a mob, you're the citizens. And to any other elected officials, do have to understand that this thing is a pyramid, and you were voted in the seats by what you consider being a mob, but we are the citizens. And just wanted to kind of put that in your head, those who put out there that we are a mob, and those who consider their colleagues to be an embarrassment is a little bit, I was appalled by you calling someone that you work with for many years and say that they were an embarrassment because they was listening to the same people who voted them in as well as they voted you in. So that was what I had to just put out there. I'm surprised that there's not many more people here that has the same concern that we have, but we are not a mob, we're the citizens.
Thank you very much, Pastor Mathis. Now, anyone else in the room who is signed up for public comment? If not, we'll turn to Zoom. I believe we have a Leslie Phillips. Ms. Phillips? Oh, no. Okay. All right. Are we clear for the rest? All right. All right. Is this, at this time, I would like to announce the legislative business portion of our meeting. A public note to council members, this is a friendly reminder that, again, per council's rules for legislative matters, the sponsors are entitled to speak first and last, and during debate, each council member may speak a total of 5 minutes each time. So starting off with the agenda, I believe we have Councilwoman Harley presenting on behalf of Council President Congo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
I have a resolution to present on behalf of our president.
All right.
Resolution 23-066, agenda number 0369. Whereas in accordance with section 2-104 of the city charter, city council shall provide for such committees as it deems necessary. And whereas council adopted resolution number 21-006 establishing the 108th session standing committees and the personnel assignments, and whereas council amended resolution number 21-006 by adopting resolution number 22-
Mr. Chair, I move this resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by a unanimous vote.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded. The resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by a yea-nay vote. On the question?
Yes, Mr. Chair, this resolution amends resolution 23-053 to update the personnel assignments for the 108th session of Wilmington City Council Standing Committee.
All right. Open up. Is there any comments from council members? Okay. All right. This time, could the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman White?
Yeah.
Hold
sorry.
on, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Yes, I have a final comment.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to point out that the resolution is amending to update several committees and mainly to remove, at the request of Councilmember Yolanda McCoy, from the Intergovernmental Committee. Again, this is at her request, and that is the amendment for this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
You can please take the vote.
All right. At this time now, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilman White?
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby?
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Field?
Yes.
Councilman Mills?
Yes.
Councilman Spadola?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy?
Yes.
President Congo?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Declared adopted.
11 yeas, 2 absent.
Declared adopted. All right. Now we'll move down the agenda. I believe the Councilmember Darby is next.
Yes. Mr. President, I have a resolution to present.
Resolution 23-067, agenda number 0370. Whereas pursuant to City Charter Section 1-101, the city may acquire, hold, manage, and dispose of property. Oops, sorry. I apologize, that's the wrong one.
Oh, I got you.
Thank you. I apologize. Resolution 23-067, agenda number 0370. Resolution, whereas Fines and Fees Task Force, hereinafter the task force, was established by resolution number 22-069 and its members named in resolution 23-001 as amended. And whereas the aim of the task force is to review fees, fines, and administrative sanctions.
I move this resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by a yea and nay vote.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded that the resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by a yea, nay vote. On the question?
Yeah, so this resolution simply allows for our Fees and Fines Task Force more time to be able to submit the findings and recommendations. So just a little background or history. Around this time last year, City Council voted to have a Fees and Fines Task Force to look at all fees and fines within the city of Wilmington, to do an analysis and an assessment on that. Within that, we also, by the beginning of the year, appointed a group of individuals to be on that Fees and Fines Task Force. Over the last year, there has been some issues with people who are supposed to be on the committee not showing up, and also getting information from the administration. So we are trying to request more time to be able to complete the assessment due to those difficulties of council and other members who are supposed to be on the committee not showing up and also the administration not willing to participate and provide us with information in a timely manner or not at all. So this resolution simply extends the Fees and Fines Task Force date to submit their findings and recommendations to March 31st, 2024. Hopefully, with a slow response and no response we're getting from the administration and from the lack of participation from council members who are on the committee and from community people, we can revamp the committee and be able to get the report done by March.
Any comments by members of council?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes.
Councilman White speaking. I just want to make certain the findings of this task force were to be presented to council or to the administration for clarity, or both.
You good?
I'm sorry.
Sponsor?
Yes, they will the findings and recommendations will be reported to City Council.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments from members of council? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Spadola,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
11 yeas, 2 absent.
Declared adopted. And next on agenda, we have Councilmember Oliver. Although we do have good news, Council President Congo's technical difficulties have worked out, so he will be taking over running the meeting from his virtual location. So Council President Congo, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Councilman Johnson, for chairing while I was having audio concerns. Councilmember Oliver.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution to present.
Resolution 23-068, agenda number 0371. Whereas pursuant to City Charter Section 1-101, the city may acquire, hold, manage, and dispose of property on such terms as it deems proper for any municipal purpose. And whereas City Code Section 2-627 authorizes the Department of Public Works, subject to the approval of council by resolution, to grant such easements as shall be necessary to
I move
facilitate.
this resolution be received, recorded, and filed and adopted by yea and nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that this resolution be received, recorded, filed, and adopted by yea or nay vote. On the question?
Yes, this resolution is approved by the city grant of an easement and 501 Alcapocas Drive. Being tax partial would be 06127000001. And the Moores Foundation allows access from Old Country Road for the purpose of a seasonal construction and maintenance project. Installing a utility on 1600 Rockford Road. And what it's going to do is just allow the Moores Foundation to have access to that area for temporarily.
All right. Thank you. Do any council members have any comment? If not, clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilman White,
Yes.
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Spadola,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
11 yeas and 2 absent.
Thank you.
Declared adopted.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have another resolution to present.
Resolution 23-069, agenda number 0372. Whereas pursuant to the section 2-363 of the city code, city council deemed it necessary and proper to specify the requirements for review and approval of city-sponsored grant applications and proposals, including authorization for expedited grant applications when necessary, prior to council's approval by resolution. And whereas the Department of Public Works has submitted a congressionally directed spending request application and 2 grant applications to the United States Environmental Protection Agency in the total amount of $11,860,000.
I move this resolution be received, recorded, and finally adopted by a yea and nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that this resolution be received, recorded, filed, and adopted by a yea or nay vote on the question.
Yes, Mr. President, this resolution is being presented by the administration for council's review and approval. The resolution that authorizes Department of Public Works grant application for federal government in a total amount of $11,800,000. The grant funds will be used to perform numerous water and water waste infrastructure project that is overdue. And there is a negative impact from the city of Wilmington. It's federal money.
All right, thank you. Do any council members have any comments? Clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilman White?
Yay.
Councilwoman Darby?
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Field?
Yes.
Councilman Mills?
Yes.
Councilman Spadola?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy? Yes. President Congo?
Yes.
11 yeas, 2 absent.
Declared adopted. Councilmember Oliver.
Yes, thanks, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. I have one final and last piece of legislation or ordinance, 0358.
Ordinance 23-038, agenda number 0358, whereas an ordinance to approve the Riverside Phase 3 major subdivision plan and to authorize the city to accept the dedication of new segments of East 25th Street, East 26th Street, Edgemore Avenue, and Rosemont Avenue as public rights-of-way and add them to the official city map. Whereas the city of Wilmington,
I move this be known as enacting clause and ordinance and call for a yea and nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. This be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and called for a yea or nay vote on the question.
Yes, Mr. President. This ordinance approves Riverside Phase 3. If anybody's familiar with the Riverside area, they've done Phase 1 and 2. Now they're going to start on 3 next year. So we are asking the subdivision plan to authorize the city to accept the dedication of the new segment for East 25th Street and 26th Street, Edgemore Avenue, and Rosemont Avenue, and add them to the official city map.
All right, thank you. Do any council members have any comment? Clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilman White?
Mr. President, I will be voting present regarding Resolution 0358 to avoid any potential or conflict that might appear regarding Resolution 0358 for the record. Thank you.
Councilwoman Darby? Councilwoman Darby? Councilwoman Oliver?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Field?
Yes.
Councilman Mills?
Yes.
Councilman Spadola?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bracy? Yes. President Congo?
Yes, and can you circle back to Councilmember Darby, please?
Councilwoman Darby?
Yes.
Thank you. 10 yeas, 1 present, and 2 absent.
Declared adopted.
Mr. President, may I be excused, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Councilmember Harley?
Yes, Mr. President, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the third and final reading.
Ordinance 23-042, an ordinance to approve, agenda number 0364, an ordinance to approve the Liberty Street Properties Major Subdivision Plan and authorize the city to remove Liberty Street, Nancy Street, and 2 unnamed alleys from the official city map and accept the dedication of new segments of Liberty Street, Lower Linden Street, and Lower Elm Street as public rights-of-way and add them to the official city map.
Mr. President, I move that it be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and call for the yea and nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and called for a yea or nay vote on the question.
Yes, Mr. President, this ordinance basically is approving the Liberty Street Properties Major Subdivision Plan, authorizing the city to remove Liberty Street, Nancy Street, and 2 unnamed alleys from the official city map. And it's also going to authorize the city to accept the dedication of new segments of Liberty Street, Lower Linden Street, and Lower Elm Street, and add them to the official city map as part of a plan that the Raybolt company have requested that the city pretty much that they add these new street segments as it relates to their respective project that they are building over. It's in the 4th district. It's an area, as I had shared during the committee meeting, an area that has been pretty blighted for some time. They are going to be bringing 2 projects there, a hotel, and I believe some apartments. And as we know, that with new development, it brings in jobs and opportunities for our residents, of course, to be able to be employed. The owner of the properties and these projects have made himself friendly with myself. I know he has reached out to Councilmember McCoy as well. The residents pretty much live in her district, even though these projects are taking place in the 4th district. And I want to say that he definitely has extended himself. He has even initiated becoming a community partner. So he's not just interested in getting his business squared away in such a manner, but is interested in also being a community partner, which I think is really exactly what we're looking for. Businesses to come into the community to be partners, such as this particular company. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you. Do any council members have any comments?
Yes. My hand is raised, Mr. President.
Yes, Councilmember McCoy.
Thank you. So I would like to state that that Councilman Harley is correct, that I've actually have a relationship with Mr. Heister, who owns Raybolt Construction, and he has been someone that I can talk to and speak about things in the community. The reason why I'm still a little hesitant only is because we have a building that changes have been made to when it comes to zoning, and we are still waiting to see things move forward. Those changes happened last term, and what I'm understanding, we've had this building has been blighted, and we're waiting to see it move forward for probably about a decade now. It is the MVF building, and that building is still in my district. So at this time, I'm like, as much as I definitely want to make certain that I support Mr. Heisler, I really need to make certain that when we make changes, that we actually move forward with them at the time that we make the changes. So I will have to vote present on this particular ordinance.
Okay, thank you. Any other council members have any comments? Councilmember Harley, any final comment?
Oh, yes, Mr. President. I just want to say that when we have committee meetings and we bring individuals in to allow them the opportunity to respond to any questions or concerns, I think it will be prudent of the council members to either reach out to the council member to follow up with any other concerns, to be able to reach out to the individuals, the companies that we need to reach out to make sure that maybe we get additional confirmation or agreement, etc. Because had I known that this was even a concern, I would have wanted to support my council member by ensuring or getting whatever we needed, even if it was a written document to address these concerns. Because this is my first time hearing since we had the committee meeting that this was a concern. And had I known, I would have definitely had addressed it and reached out to the owner of the company. The impression that I'm getting from that statement is that this company owns NVF. That's the impression that I'm getting since it was brought up as it relates to a whole nother company, a whole nother project, and a whole other, again, project. So I guess that's where I'm a little, not confused, but since another name came up, I'm wondering, if it's the same company. Now, I want to always do things decently and in order, and I know the owner is sitting in the audience, Mr. President. I would only want to know, does he own that property that Council Member Yolanda just mentioned, NVF? If that is proper and if it's in order, because that's important to me right now.
No, not at this time, Councilmember Harley.
May I, Mr. President?
Councilmember McCoy? Yes, Councilmember
Thank
McCoy.
you. Yes, so actually, Councilman Harley, since the last time we had spoken about this, we actually had a community meeting in Browntown, which it was just, I think, about a month ago. Well, it was just last month, I'm sorry, in November. And at that time, we actually asked questions about what was going on with the meeting, because people had started to see things happening at that site. Now, the NVF building is adjacent to the DART building on Maryland Avenue. And, it's definitely had its time, and we're waiting to see some movement. And I'm very excited about what could be with that building. The only reason why I'm stating president at the time is because I don't want to do I don't want to do any more damage where I don't have any more information. My issue is that I've actually moved forward very excitedly about what was to come with the MVF, and it is drug on, and I really don't have the information that I believe I should have to be able to give that to the community and state this is when something is going to happen. It to me is very vague, and so I don't want to be, even though this is your district, the persons and the peoples that live over there are in my community. And I had stated that before. So I just wanted to make certain that I was being a little bit more responsible about what the next steps were. I just wanted to make certain that something that was happening here would actually happen as soon as, the weather broke. I've been waiting for this. It's been since last term when we actually changed the zoning for the MVF.
All right, thank you. Do any other council members have any comment before we turn back to the sponsor? Councilmember Harley?
Okay, Mr. President, can you ask Council Member McCoy, is it the same owner that owns both of these properties? That's my main question.
Yes, Councilmember McCoy, you may respond if you're aware.
Yes, my answer is yes.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Harley?
Okay. That is very interesting because, again, I know that we have another meeting coming up next week, and I would like to hold this until I get more clarity and more clarity as it relates to speaking with Councilmember McCoy and what their concerns are, and to have the owner to be able to answer some of these questions. Because again, had I known this before tonight, I would have been more prepared, but I'm just hearing about it tonight. I respect the fact that the residents are in the 5th district, and I respect their concerns. So having said that, Mr. President, I would like to hold this ordinance until next week to be able to get some better answers from the owner. Thank you.
And
Okay, thank you.
Council
Yes,
President, if I
Councilmember
may chime in with the help of Law Department, I believe she Rule 17 motion to postpone for a certain time. And yet I'm not putting words in Councilwoman Harley's mouth, but it sounds like that's what you're motioning for, correct?
Yes, I appreciate that, Councilmember Johnson. That's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Do you have the date that you want to postpone it to?
I'm going to say next Thursday is our next meeting, correct?
That's correct.
Yes. And okay, so with that motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Now, technically, there would need to be debate. Is there any comments or questions?
Mr. President, is the first motion then withdrawn? Because there was a motion.
Yeah, I believe she retracted the previous motion. She's making a Rule 17 motion to postpone to a certain time. Correct, Councilwoman Harley?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. That's correct.
Okay. Is there any debate on that motion? Okay.
I do need to say something. I don't know if I need to say it now, not to change anything, but I need to say one other thing to Mr. President.
Yes,
to be able to say Council, I would like to say that I would like Councilmember Yolanda to please prepare whatever the concerns are and have them written, and to set up a meeting with the owner, and please invite me so I can address the concerns. That's what I would like to have on record. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Harley. We're going to move to Councilmember Field.
Just for clarity, Council President, I apologize. I think we just need to take a formal vote in the motion. So at this time, the motion, Rule 17 motion to postpone to next Thursday, December 14th, has been properly moved and seconded, and it's been debated. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right. The motion carries, and it will be postponed to December 14th. Sorry about that, Council President. There's a lot going on with that motion, but it is back to you.
Okay,
that's all I have, That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you, and thank you, Councilmember McCoy.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Field.
President Congo, I will be holding legislation item number 0373, and may I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. Thank you. At this time, we will move to petitions and communication. Councilmember White.
None at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Darby.
Yes, none at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Harley.
Nothing at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember McCoy.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
Yes, Mr. President. I do have some brief comments and petitions. With this first, hats off to the Juice Joint 2.0 ribbon cutting that was this afternoon with the City Council and also the Mayor's office present. This is a business that is not new to Wilmington. It's been in other sides of the city, but now they've established at 102 North Union Street. Miss Lanice Wilson is a product of, I think, what our small business development office can do in supporting black-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses. And so please step in and get your wellness drinks, shakes, food. It's really great to see the spirit of Juice Joint 2.0. And also, I believe I've been told they're going to have evening activities. So there's a lot to look forward to. Again, 102 North Union Street, and we're glad to have her on the west side. There's another just general west side announcement. We still have a lot of holiday events on the west side. So we had a holiday drum and dancing presentation tomorrow at Books and Bagels at 1139 West 7th Street from 6:30 to 8:30. There's also at Merengue House next Thursday, there's a ugly sweater contest from 7:30 to 11 p.m. This is, of course, part of our holiday West Side series that we're sponsoring. And there's a holiday raffle that was going on as well through Christmas, where you can enter to when you have to shop the local businesses and can get entries to enter the holiday raffle. So a lot happening. We're trying to get people in the holiday spirit, but also share and enjoy and support our small businesses on the west side and throughout the city. And last but not least, something we've mentioned in finance committee, I know other committees, is the repair grants that have been it kicked off December 1st and is going to December 15th. This is something that City Council President and I and other leadership on council have been pushing on for years. This is one time only right now, and so the lottery is open. You have to dial 311. You do have to be eligible based on income, but it's fairly generous, and it's the grants are there. I believe it's up to $10,000, so you can get it for HVAC, roofs, repair, windows, anything. So it's a lot to look forward to, and I thank the administration for working with council on this. There will be another lottery in the springtime in March, but try to get your name in for this lottery. All right, and that's all the comments I have at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Mills.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Spadola.
Just want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Bracy.
Nothing tonight.
All right, thank you. I would just like to remind everyone that we are having back-to-back meetings because of the holidays. So we will meet again next Thursday in council chambers. Want to encourage everyone to join us in chambers, or of course, you always have the option of signing on virtually. If you do want to join us in council chambers, our meetings will start at 6:30 at 800 North French Street. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the City Council office at 302-576-2140. Again, our number is 302-576-2140. There will be a toy drive next Wednesday, December the 13th at the DETV Studios. That's on 12th and Delaware Avenue. So if you have any toys that you can donate for the holiday season, the toy drive will be from 5 to 6 p.m. Again, that's next Wednesday, December the 13th at the DETV Studio at 12th and Delaware Avenue from 5 to 6 p.m. I want to thank all those again in council chambers, and God willing, we will see you next Thursday. I would like to accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.